But let's not forget the Beckham-mobile, the Bentley Arnage T. You don't need a lot of money to run this car, you need a lot of staff to run it for you.
I know this video is all about how to drive, but I want to take a moment now to talk about what to drive once you've mastered it. It takes 7 hours to build a smart car and 47 hours to build a Porsche 911 Turbo. So how long do you suppose it takes to make one of these? No, I'm afraid you're completely wrong. It takes 450 hours. If you want a two-door Continental, that's 650 hours. Simply to carve and polish the dashboard alone takes 3 times longer than it does to build an entire Porsche.
You might have assumed when Volkswagen took control of Bentley that all this craftsmanship would be ditched, but no. And more, they've even thrown away the BMW engine and brought the old British 6 3/4 litre warhorse back from the dead.
And they've fitted it with a couple of turbochargers, so this big Brit Bruiser absolutely flies. 0 to 60 takes 6.5 seconds. Top speed? God knows. The most amazing thing is, though, that even though you've got all this power and all this torque and all this weight, I've no idea how much it does weigh, but I'd say 2.5 tons minimum, and yet, even with the traction control turned off, it's just so easy to drive. I love this car.
The Arnage picks up the baton dropped by the old Aston Martin Vantage and uses it to club the competition to death.
It's not perfect by any means. This gear lever is far too, see what I mean, imprecise and wobbly. This opens every time you put your arm on it. This is all far too messy, and this is too German. At £168,000, it's not what you'd call cheap either, but it is, what's the word? Magnificent. Ordinarily, I prefer small, light, high-powered cars, but I do have the utmost respect for big, heavy, torquey ones like this as well. I love their un-PC, wanton consumption. But there is one problem with fat boy cars like this: trying to make them stop.